Hi dear students, good morning. This is your Shalam Sai Krishna. In this class, we have to discuss the concept of the Mendeleev's periodic table. In the remaining classes, we already discussed about that Robert Boyle, Lavoisier, Dauvergne, Newlands, S and Luther Meyer classification. But there is some of the defects are there in that classification. So that's why we have to follow today the classification of elements in the periodic table of Mendeleev's is how he was classified, how he was arranged. About that only we have to discuss as clearly. Is like the previous scientists how they classified on basis of the atomic weight. Like that only Mendeleev also classified the elements on basis of the atomic weight only as usual. Yes, but he was arranged elements in the particular order. Yes, up to there is no periods information about, but according to the Mendeleev classification, there is a proper arrangement is there. In that arrangement, there is some groups are there, some periods are there. Up to the last classification of the Newlands, there is seven groups are there, which are present in the vertical column. That are the groups like this vertical column. Yes, that are groups. That's mean how many groups he was classified? He was classified only seven groups. But here, according to the Mendeleev, is on basis of the atomic weight, he was classified the elements into the eight groups and seven periods. Eight groups mean which are present in the vertical column like these. These all are the groups. That's mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 8 groups only. Yes, again 7 periods are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that only. Which are present in the horizontal column, that is in a period. Which are present in the vertical column, that is groups are there. Total 8 groups and 7 periods are there. How he was classified? On basis of the periodic law, he was classified. What is the periodic law? Based on Mendeleev's observation regarding the properties of elements in the periodic table, a law known as the periodic law of the properties of elements. Actually, proper definition about the periodic law is the law states that physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weight. That means simply we have to remember the physical properties and chemical properties of the element should be depends on atomic weight only. Simply any element whatever it may be, its physical properties and chemical properties both also should be depends on the atomic weight. That is only nothing but periodic law of the Mendeleev only. Yes, simply why he proposed this law. That means the physical properties and chemical properties of the any element is simply depends on the atomic weight only. On basis only he was classified the elements. How many elements are there? Up to that 63 elements are there. How many elements are there? 63 elements are there. Yes, he was keep these 63 elements in between of the hydrogen and uranium. Hydrogen and uranium. The first element is hydrogen, the last element is uranium. In between only remaining 61 elements are there. Yes, this is the classification of the Mendeleev's periodic table. The elements which are present in one group, these elements should have the similar property. That means they have the same properties. Yes, the elements which are present in the period, that means like these elements don't have the similar properties. Only group of the elements like these group of the elements only they have the similar properties. The elements which are present in the period, it should not have the similar properties. The elements which are present in the period, it should have the different properties. That we have to keep in the mind. Again, one most important one point. Again, each group should be dividing into the two subgroups. Whatever it may be, each group should be divided into How many subgroups? Two subgroups. Suppose one group is here, mean that's again dividing into the A group and again dividing into the B group. Yes, one only into A group, again one only into the B group only. Suppose second group also here, this second group also should be dividing into the A group and into the B group only. Yes, the seventh group, suppose if it is there, it's also into the A group and B group. That means each one group should be dividing into the two subgroups. That also we should be keep in the mind. Yes, now let us discuss some of the silent features of the Mendeleev periodic table. What are those? First one, he was arranged elements into the groups and periods. Again, the groups are dividing into the subgroups. That means total how many groups are there? 8 groups are there. Each group contain how many subgroups? 2 subgroups. That is A, B only. Each valences will be different from each other. Yes, which are present in the A group, it should have the similar properties. Which are present in the B group, it also should have the similar properties. These elements all elements, it should have the similar properties. These group elements also have the similar properties. That we have to keep in the mind. Again, here the 7 periods are there. Is 1 2 3 horizontal lines are there. As it don't have the similar properties, different kind of the elements are present in the one period. That we have to keep in the mind. Next one, most important concept is what? Up to the Mendeleev, no other scientist can left the vacant spaces for the future elements which should become. Here Mendeleev was left to the 3 vacant spaces for futurely which element should become. He was just expected its properties. Actually there is no element, but he was expected like these properties of the element will become and we should be keep in this place. Again one element like that properties of the element should become and we should be keep here. Again one element also like he was expected and he was left to the some vacancy spaces. That means 3 vacancy spaces he was left. Yes, due to the left the vacant spaces, we did not fill any element. How he was expected, which kind of the properties of the element will become, how he was expected, like that element was came in the future. Yes, how he was expected like as usual elements were came in the future. That is a great thing of the Mendeleev classification. And he gave the 3 names only before only when he was left to the 3 vacant spaces and he was gave the 3 names also he was gave. That we have to keep in the mind. Ek boron, ek aluminium, ek silicon. What is that? Ek boron. First one is ek boron. Ek boron. Next one, ek aluminium. Ek aluminium. Third one, ek silicon. Ek silicon. We have to keep in the mind. What is that? Ek boron, ek aluminium, ek silicon. That we have to keep in the mind. But in the future, how he was expected, like that 3 elements also came in the future. 3 elements also came in the future and some other scientists they gave the new names. Actually he gave these 3 names, ek boron, ek aluminium, ek silicon he gave, but in the future after getting up the new 3 elements at the same place, same properties, some other scientists they gave the new names for that. That about also we have to discuss now. Among these 3 elements, ek boron is scandium. Yes, ek aluminium is gallium. Ek silicon is germanium. That means scandium, gallium, germanium. One only eka boron, again one only eka aluminium, again one only eka silicon. Yes, most important concept. Maybe there is a chance to ask the question in the choose the correct answer. Eka boron is scandium, B after C. Boron spelling starting with B. Scandium consisting C. Next, eka aluminium. Aluminium is starting with A. Here gallium in A is there. If you find the two, remaining one only automatically we can get scandium, gallium, germanium. How he was expected, like that same elements were came in the future. That we have to keep in the mind. Again, one most important concept of the Mendeleev's periodic table of the silent future is correction of atomic weight. Up to that, so many of the scientists they told that elements atomic weight, but there is a maximum mistakes are there. But he was correction of the atomic weight. How he was correction the atomic weight? Atomic weight equals to equivalent weight into valency. Equivalent weight into valency. What is that? Equivalent weight into valency. Atomic weight is equal to equivalent weight into valency. That is a correct method to find the atomic weight of the elements only. Up to that, no one they don't know how to measure the atomic weight of the element. Due to that only so many of the mistakes are there, but he was correct the so many of the elements of the atomic weight only. That we have to keep in the mind. The formula is atomic weight, that is equal to equivalent weight into valency. What is that? Equivalent weight into valency. Next one, in the classification of the Mendeleev, there is an anomalous series are there. Anomalous series are there. What is meant by anomalous series? Mean actually he was arranged the elements in the increasing order of that periodic table. That means the in the way of the increasing order only it should be present. But some of the elements atomic weight which it should consisting as a more that presence in the first only, the elements which should have the atomic weight is less, it should become back only. That is then a problem. Example is tellurium 127.6 units are there. Again one only iodine is there. One only tellurium is here. Again one only iodine is here. Just you have to see here. Tellurium and iodines are here. Actually, tellurium atomic weight is 27.6. Again, iodine is 126.9. Tellurium is 127.6. Iodine is 126.9. Which should be keep as a first. We should be keep as a first is 126.9 unit. That is an iodine only. Yes. Afterwards only we should be keep that word. Tellurium we should be keep, but what happened here? Tellurium is only first, iodine is only next. This arrangement is wrong method. That's why these kind of the elements we have to consider as a anomalous series only. These kind of the anomalous series pairs also present in the classification of the Mendeleev only. Are we following this Mendeleev classification till today? No, we can't follow this Mendeleev classification because a few of the defects also there. What is the defects? Just we told here anomalous series is one of the defects. Yes, anomalous series is the major defect. Again one only dissimilar elements are placed together only. Is dissimilar element, that means they don't have the similar properties. That kind of the elements also present in same group only. That is a major defect. Dissimilar elements are present in the same group placed together. That is a wrong method, and there is no satisfactory section is to arranging of the hydrogen, arrangement of the hydrogen. They were keep at this top position, but this place is not suitable. Again, one lanthanides and actinides are there. What is that? Lanthanides and actinides are there. These lanthanide arrangement and actinide arrangements also not satisfactory. Is arrangementing of the lanthanides and arrangementing of the actinides also not satisfactory. Due to that only, till today we are not following the Mendeleev classification. After that Mendeleev classification mostly also came out as he was correct the defects of the Mendeleev and he was made that modern periodic table. We have to discuss about modern periodic table in the next class. Okay, thank you so much.